Okay, so good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Good stuff. And welcome to anybody watching this video. This is the first video to our course on negotiation skills. So this video serves as an introduction to the course, but primarily to the question of, are you a negotiator? Many people, they don't see themselves as a negotiator. They think that's a completely separate skill, doesn't have anything to do with what I do, and I don't necessarily benefit from learning how to negotiate. But that's not exactly true. Tim, who has to negotiate?
Well, it would be easy to say that everybody has to negotiate. And that is actually the truth. I mean, there are so many situations where everybody is in a position where they want something and somebody else has got something and they want something as well. And it's about sorting out the details of that agreement, which is essentially what we're going to term a negotiation. But I think where the confusion happens is that within an organizational and a B2B and a company perspective, the negotiation is seen as something a little bit special. And very often people don't see themselves in that particular role because they're not. Yeah, salespeople sometimes don't negotiate. Yeah, leaders sometimes don't negotiate, and especially in situations where they actually should be bringing out all of those negotiation skills and putting them on the table in a conscious way to make sure that that particular instance goes as well as possible.
So there's the question that almost everybody should negotiate or would benefit from having these skills. The problem then is that actually many people avoid negotiating. They don't negotiate and they miss out on many benefits because of that. So we really want to put it on the table that everybody benefits from having these skills, whether you are a professional negotiator who is negotiating every day, every week, every month, or if you're in any position within an organization where you need to be able to communicate, reach agreements, and understand the other side of the table, because that's really key to a negotiation. The other point is that when we think of negotiations, most people they tend to imagine this kind of competitive or market bartering situation. It's a game of one-upmanship. It's an I want to win and I have to make you lose. The other person has the same mindset, and you end up with this very competitive, very negative atmosphere. That is not the negotiation style that we are teaching in this course. What we are teaching is a mutually beneficial approach to negotiating where you're collaborating towards a shared goal. And really, any negotiation in a business context should be like this, especially if you want to maintain any kind of long-term strategic partnership with another organization or even with another person. Tim.
I'm going to say that in slightly different words. If you use your negotiation skills in the way that we, define them here and describe them here, you're actually going to be making life for them much, much, much better. Yeah. So a good negotiation skill is a service that you are providing to the communications instance and situation that you're going into. By using good negotiation skills, you make the world a better place for the people on the other side of the table. You bring them more value at the same time as you're bringing more value for yourself as well. So that's absolutely critical. Principled, ethical negotiations. And just on that, these negotiation skills come from, they come from areas like books Getting to Yes, the Harvard Principled Negotiation Project, guerrilla negotiations. And they come from experience where we've been working with companies in FMCG, in industrial contexts, and in IT solution sales. And very often you do have this sense of one-upmanship, this sense of I need to win, and I may need to get them to lose in order to do that. And we're not interested in that. Yeah, we're not interested in tactics. We're not interested in using specific mechanisms to get ahead within the negotiation. We're interested in using logical, sensible, rational tools which show respect, which get your points across and make sure that you don't put yourself into a position where you're going to walk away with less than you want to, but keeping the ethics of the situation extremely high within the framework of this discussion.
Right, sounds good. So throughout this course, we'll be looking at a very clear method and model for leading a negotiation. We'll take a look at the preparation stages. And as we mentioned, we'll be doing things in an ethical way. And we'll also be highlighting all of the different ways in which these skills are transferable and are going to benefit you in all different types and different areas of your working life and also outside.
Yeah. And you use the word leading the negotiation. You could arguably say that this particular negotiation skills program is a mini leadership course. Yeah, you are leading a negotiation process, you're leading a communication process, you're leading a group of people to go through a sequence of steps in order to get to an outcome that is beneficial for both sides. So embracing that leadership responsibility is something that we're going to be asking all of our participants to do within this process.
Great. Well, let's get started.